All right, we're gonna play a little bit with the deck I played at FNM yesterday, which is pretty much this card for card, except I'm short an Elder Spell, and I'm just waiting to get it in packs, which will happen eventually. So we have a couple shocks and a carnival here for some early game pressure. The shock is good against the hero deck in particular, so I don't feel like it's a complete cut. One moment, again, is a hedge in that matchup. Dire Fleet is a hedge against both mono red, the white weenie decks, because the first strike can block nearly everything, and all the decks playing Duress and Thought Erasure main. This lets me punish them on the rebound, or it forces them to take this with Thought Erasure. Engrass Rampage has been good in most matches. It feels pretty weak in the token matchups for obvious reasons, in which case you strictly treat it as Planeswalker removal because they are still running green-white Ajani, and some are running white Ajani as well. Dreadhorde Butcher has felt great in every matchup, even against Gruul Monsters, which I think is this deck's worst matchup. You can slam it into their 2/2 Growth Chamber on the draw, and they have to block it, so you do get to trade and get rid of that threat. Totally Invasion, I started out with 4. I'm running 3. I do like the 1/1 body that it leaves behind, and in the matchups that seem to be full of Planeswalkers, it tends to be surprisingly relevant. I originally was running 4, but I'm trying 3 right now. Same with Warboss. I was running 2, now I'm running 3. This has been good in most matchups and just is another threat alongside Butcher that has to be reacted to pretty effectively. 4 Bedevils should just be in every deck right now. It's great. Theater of Horrors is kind of a pet card for me. I'm running a couple main because I like the ability to ping down Planeswalkers left at low numbers, which makes it relevant in that regard, and just having another sort of reliable card engine for the later game, as this deck doesn't really have the kind of card advantage that Esper provides. A couple Contempts. I'm not sure we need these specifically along with Bedevil. There's a chance that perhaps this should be a split of like a Lava Coil and Obnixilis Cruelty. That does leave us with 8 main deck Planeswalker removal spells, no Elder Spell. But perhaps that is too much. 4 Rekindling Phoenixes, just a solid threat. 1 Karn, a little more card draw, and just to have another at 4. 1 Bantu, which you don't really ever need more than 1 Bantu. 2 Sarkhan, which this number might be 3. I could see cutting a Contempt and going up to a 3rd Sarkhan. That seems like a good play, and then we could cut perhaps cut the Contempt to the sideboard. Yeah, let's actually do that now. And what would we cut for the Contempt? I don't really feel like Fountain has been important. The problem is if you don't get it on turn 1 or 2 and you draw it late, it's just a dead card anyway. The Contempt is a guaranteed couple points of life and a little more useful in a lineup of more diverse matches. 1 Liliana, because, you know, it's Liliana and I want to try it. I don't know if this should be Ugin or perhaps a different card, but I often find the ability to get 2 creatures can be more important with her. I have 1 Memorial and 1 Memorial Folly and War. Oftentimes, these are surprisingly useful, and you don't really pay much of a cost for having only 2 tap lands in this entire lineup. War mainly for Azcanta, but occasionally it gets a Blast Zone or Karnland or other shenanigans that people have been trying out. So let's try a couple best of 3s and see how we do. Moved everything to the bottom. Practice. There we go. I didn't know that. Okay, seems fine. We've got Carnival for potential 1 toughness. Dire Fleet if we have to run out of guy to block. 2 or 3. Kill an elf if we have to. Okay, so I don't think I waste Dire Fleet here. Probably the Citadel deck. Oh. Let you drop the land first. So this could be the Citadel deck or the Command the Dreadboard deck. And we are not drawing any of our removal spells, which is particularly bad in this scenario. I guess we go War Boss, swing, War Boss, leave up Carnival, potentially finish the Wild Growth. Well, we could Carnage them, which doesn't seem bad. We could Sarkhan, or we could Theater. I think we swing and see if we can incentivize getting this Wild Growth off the field. Oh, this is a very old build.
No sword can pierce my scale. Come to me!
Got use out of it. Glad I went up to 3 Sarkhans. Well, our Theater of Horrors is not doing very good for us. Let's see, we already have 6 lands, so we might as well just take their contempt. Pretty sure they're just dead at this point. Boy, are we drawing a lot of lands. So, Old Golgari. Not as excited about the Carnival Carnage or the moment. Cruelty seems like the better card here. Toll still seems good. Legion is not at its best here, especially on the draw. I think we'll cut all the Legions. Go up. Ritualist Soot. Probably just both rituals, right? Our ritual doesn't really kill anything of ours that matters. It's a good way to stop them on their best draw, which is Walker, Walker, Explore, Explore. Also gets their Hydroid Crassus if I do find out they were Blue Splash. So I want Rampage in there over a Shock. I don't know if they're an elf build either. Why does it constantly change my avatar to whatever random thing it wants? Oh, now I'm Tezzeret again. Yeah, we have Dire Fleet on 2 if we have to. We've got Obnixilus's Cruelty. We've got a strong top end. Nothing bad about this hand. No elf, that's good. Probably just Wild Growth. That's awkward, but I mean, we have to play it. Probably should have cut a Butcher. Not very good on the draw. Oh yeah, we're definitely killing that Wild Growth Walker. Keeping the cast down, huh? What's good for my Dire Fleet? Keeping the cast down and he doesn't even have the black mana. Interesting. Is he going to field me to get the black mana? Yeah. I'm still incentivized to block this, even though he's going to do what he's going to do. I still have my Dire Fleet to take out his other one, so it's fair game. We've got to regain some tempo here. forgot about Carnage Tyrant. Definitely a reason to have Rampage. Well, let's just keep punching through. See another cast down. Doesn't have the mana to put another counter on that. That's pretty great for us. Now we don't have to worry so much about the 2 for 1 off the blast zone, and we get to resolve Carny Boy. Land, please. You monster. This isn't live. They can't be stream sniping me. Why would they give me the bedevil? It's so strange. Oh, they probably have a Liliana of their own. Well, we have double bedevil. It doesn't really matter. Imagine we just go Sarkhan +1 here.
We begin.
I mean, Karn +1, Sarkhan minus.
Regret that choice.
Whoa. Bombs. Bombs and bombs and bombs. Get him. Removal for the dragon doesn't allow him to pump incubation.
No.
Wow. That's pretty good. That's a clean answer to Sarkhan. Let's see, what do I have in exile for him? Phoenix. Don't really need to get that right now, do I?
Feel the heat of my blades. Magnificence.
I'd rather make sure I get it
The time has come.
and have him strand Karn. Another casualties of war? It's a pretty powerful effect. Liliana or Phoenix? Probably just use all of our mana here, right? Let's plus him first so that removal doesn't kill Liliana, I suppose.
Might demands power.
Do you give up?
I do hope you made this sound exciting for me.
You're going down swinging, apparently.
Rise!
You can kill one dragon,
Let's tear this place apart.
or draw a card you can't cast.
Draw and fire. I'll be back. Just like before. That is enlightening.
Pretty solid. Still dead, though. Put up a good fight. So I'd say that was one of my easier matches. The old build doesn't have quite as many tools, I'm afraid of, as the newer ones do. Let's try one more. I don't know what that horrible crackling sound is. I think it's part of the interface, and it's terrible. My opponent goes first. I have no idea what they're playing. All I have is Told Innovation. If this isn't a control deck, Theater of Horrors is bad. If they just go Planeswalkers 3-4, this is bad. Probably mull this. Yeah, this gets me to Contempt mana and closer to Sarkhan mana. I suppose it's alright. Okay, so this could be 4-color Command. This could be Bant and Vivian. I do really hate the Filled Mystic deck. It is startlingly obnoxious. We probably lose game one here. Them being on the play and us having very limited removal options. Doesn't really accomplish much, does it? Especially now.
Really should have seen that coming.
Hoping he gets a land here. Nice. So Bant Vivian things. Probably just go Moment Dread Horde here.
remorse. I'll show you strength. I've got time.
And this is why we play Legion in the main, specifically for this use. Very, very, very powerful in a lot of matchups, and we want to mitigate how much tempo they get out of that draw.
We will meet again.
He has a handful of cards, doesn't matter. He's taking 8 in the air minimum and the ground force. Let's hammer home how dead he is, shall we? Okay, so their mana draw was bad, but we're expecting Vivian's. Keep these. Cut a couple butchers on the draw. Cut a toll. Cut a carnage. Bring in the cry. Bring in the elder spell. Don't seem like they're going to have a lot of spells, but they did cast us down, so perhaps. I suppose Legion's not going to be as good in the draw. Probably just cut toll and go with the rest. Kind of want that other contempt too, but don't know what I would cut for it. It's pretty solid. Any land will turn the devil on, which is pretty nice. Wow. Bricked. That is pretty terrible. You know, he's got wild growth to shut down the butcher. That's Terabad is what that is. So he is 4-color command. He just only got 3 colors. So we definitely sideboarded wrong here. Yeah, I don't think this one's going to be winnable. Damn. That is incredibly unlucky. 2 duresses and absolutely nothing. That's typical.
Trust me, you'll thank no time for a break.
Yeah, we've been very, very unlucky. 2 duresses hitting no targets, and what seems to be pretty clearly the Command Dreadhorde deck is pretty awful. I have command. Probably game here. Yeah, this deck's pretty obnoxious.
I know my responsibility. I'm not ready for this quite yet.
If those duresses weren't blanks, that would have been a game we could have won, but everything just kind of conspired against us there. So we want the other cruelty because we want the exile part of that. Ritual still seems good. This does not seem like a matchup with Theater is going to do much work. We want our legions back. Probably want our butchers back. Got one of the theaters, one of the rituals. Dire Fleets to be able to conceivably hit their command is really funny, but it seems kind of unlikely. Some number of toll the invasion. Yeah, I think this is alright. We have Legion and Elder Spell. I mean, a Dreadhorde would be better, but we can't throw that away. That was not an ideal draw. This is probably just going to eat a cast down. Yep. Well, another land would be good. Not that land. could they have over there? Okay, so we'll probably just go Butcher here, because he could have a Frilled Mystic, conceivably.
Pity we couldn't have been allies.
I fight with a dragon's rage!
Glad to beat that deck. Apply some reasonable early pressure and hope they don't wall you off with Wild Growth Walkers. Alright, so that was a couple games with my latest brew. It doesn't really have a name, but I'm really enjoying it. I built it based on my real-world card limitations. I'd like to play Grixis, but Ravager is at 33, 34 apiece right now, and I need 3 of them. I have 1. But I can't justify spending that and then buying all the gods or buying into Teferis when I own no big Teferis. So this is likely what I'm going to run the Mythic local event in my neighborhood playing. So I hope you liked it, and I'll definitely be playing it more in the future so you can see some different matchups. And thanks for watching. Later.